Let's go to problem of the day. Which is greater? 3/4 minus 5/8 or 7/10 minus 3/5? Now some of you are going like, that's 50-50 chance. I could flip a coin and say which one. Maybe so, but if you know how to do exactly, we'll nail it. So again, which is greater? 3/4 minus 5/8, two fractions of course, or 7/10 minus 3/5, two other fractions. You say, oh man, you're going to get some fractions today. Let's look at it. Let's see what we got to do. So we start off with these two lovely fractions, and you wonder, first of all, I kind of wonder looking at them, are we going to stay positive or negative? Let's check out and see where we are. We got 3/4 minus that 5/8, which looks pretty random and easy to do. Over here we're going to have 7/10 minus a good old, what is that, 3/5, yeah. So we're going to check basically. So what we want to do is evaluate these. No, I'm not just going to flip a coin and say, hey, we got it right. Because it's sort of like true or false. You could pick true or false, but if you know what you're doing with these, you're going to pick the right one no matter what. So let's see how we're going to go about this. First of all, I see common denominators are needed because this is subtraction. Both of these are subtraction actually today. And we need a common denominator for both of these. If I look at that, I notice that 4 will divide into 8 evenly. So right off the bat, that tells me I already have the common denominator in front of me. I've just got to change this 3/4 to something over 8. Now, since I did not change, by the way, again, folks, the way it works, 8 will go into 8, as will 4 go into 8. So we're looking for a number, least common denominator, that both will go into. Notice I said least common denominator. We could get a common denominator, but this time, when it's staring you right in the face, just use it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use it. So we have to figure out, well, like I said, that's not changed, so don't change it. Don't decide you want another number there because it's not going to work. On this side, we have 4 that we've changed going to 8. We got to ask ourselves, what did we multiply that 4 by to get to the 8? And I'm going to go with a 2 because that's what 2 times 4 gives us. You all knew that. And if I do it to that denominator little guy there, the 4, I've also got to tap it into the 3 up on top. There's my numerator. Yeah, because what's really happening here, folks, we're just kind of like multiplying by 2 over 2, which is like multiplying by 1. You multiply by 1, nothing happens, but these numbers do change, and they make this doable. Because now we have eighths and eighths. We have a 6 minus 5, and that's going to give us 1, and we let the eighths stay along for the ride. So we had 6 of those eighths, and we subtract 5 of those eighths, we only have 1/8 left. So that's our left side of the deal. Let's take a look at the right-hand side. Now, you got a clue. You had a clue on this one because here we have 4 and 8. 4 would divide into 8 evenly. We got 5 dividing into 10 evenly. Again, so 10 is our common denominator. It's our least common denominator, in fact. We're going to keep it there. And since I didn't do any changing here, I'm not going to change the numerator. So 7/10 stays 7/10. No adjustments there. This side we did adjust a little bit, sort of like we did over here. We've adjusted by multiplying by 2. 5 times 2 got us that 10. So don't forget, you got to do that also with your lovely 3 up there. And now we got 6/10. Goodness sakes, this is going to be close. Because I've still got a 1 up there in the numerator and the 10 in the denominator. And I'm going like, whoa. The question is, which is greater? Now, so far, so good. Everybody out there gotten this far. So we got to kind of see what is the difference here. I want to play fractions. I noticed I had a couple of people. I had Mark and Nathan tune in on the Facebook today, and they were giving me good answers. And Mark changed the decimals, and Nathan, I think, went with the first one. Both of them went correctly because 1/8 is bigger than 1/10. We could make decimals. I'll do that for you in just a second. But I want to play the fractions with them. So let's make these both have the same, one more time, one more common denominator. Now you say, wow, Ernie, why don't we do 80? Why don't we just multiply 8 times 10? We could do that. We could also notice that these have a 2 that will divide into both of them, and we could divide that 80 by 2, and that's going to give us 40. 40 will work also for a least common denominator. But a lot of you are probably going like, well, we're just trying to find out which one's greater. Is that correct? That's correct. So let's go the easy route. Yeah, we're going to go easy route. It's Thursday. It's getting toward the end of the week, right? So 80 is the number. We'll multiply those two together. We'll get 80. It's not the least common denominator. Don't everybody call it and say, Ernie, that's not the least common denominator. I know. It's a common denominator. But it's going to answer our question for us. So I don't want to intimidate too many people with too much difficulties level here. We're going to go 8 into 80. What do we multiply? We multiply by 10. So this gives us 10 over 80. This little guy over here, we multiplied by 8. So 8 times 1 will give us 8. So it looks like this one is the larger of the two. Now, yes, we could reduce that. I'll reduce that for everybody. Oh, it's back to 1/8. Well, let's reduce it to 40ths. We could have done with 40ths. We could have had, what would be 5 over 40 here, and this would be, goodness, what would this be? 4 over 40. So very close. They're very close answers. But when you look at them, the idea is this one is 2 more than that one. We have the same denominator of 80. So in answer to the question here, that is your greater.